It's hard to say what was considered a cooler job in the 90s, being an animator for The Simpsons or being a member of the ska punk band No Doubt. Luckily for Eric Stefani, he got to be both. Yes, the lesser known Stefani was considered the main creative force of the band for their first two albums, but as he felt his creative control being taken away, he made the decision to break up with the band in 1994, halfway through the development of their third studio album. This would only be the second hardest breakup that sister and fellow band member Gwen Stefani would go through that year. The No Doubt frontwoman and budding pop diva found herself at the end of a 7-year relationship with No Doubt bassist Tony Kanal, and although her brother may have left the band, the unfinished song he left behind helped his sister process the experience and make a smash hit single for the band. Quote, "It used to be more upbeat, more of a 70s rock type thing. When Tony and I broke up, it turned into a sad song," said Gwen Stefani. Not unlike Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, No Doubt's third studio album, Tragic Kingdom, features several songs about the former lover's troubled relationship, with both members of the relationship featured on the recordings. However, the song built on the bones of the unfinished collaboration with Gwen's brother became the standout track, topping the charts in Australia, Canada, Iceland, the Netherlands, New Zealand, the Republic of Ireland, and the UK, and topping the Billboard Airplay charts for 16 weeks in the US. The single went on to earn a Grammy Award nomination for both Song of the Year and Best Pop Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. The unexpected popularity prompted a music video that would go on to win Best Group Music Video at the 1997 MTV Video Music Awards. The breakup song's music video had an exciting premise: breaking up. Quote, "We didn't want it to be about a normal breakup, so we thought, what would be the saddest thing that could happen? The band splitting up? So that's what the video's about," said Kanal. A sweet sentiment that transformed the breakup letter song into a love letter to what really mattered to the band, making Gwen more famous than her cool brother. That's right, we're talking Don't Speak by No Doubt on Love or Me.
I don't speak, know just what you're saying. So please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. No, 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 don't speak. I know what you're.
That's right, it's Love or Me, the only podcast that compares famous love songs to their many cover versions to find out which one knows just what we're thinking. I'm your host, as always, The Snake, joined by my real good co-host.
Hey, Alex Mildenberger.
Hey,
You're a real good guy.
Real good guy. I know you're good, dude.
Oh, thank you. Because I'm a real good guy.
You're a real good guy.
And
What else is going on?
Big fish? Sorry, I'm just making ska references.
Yes, of course.
Because this isn't really a ska song at all, but, the band is associated with it.
Yeah, it's more of just like a loosely 90s song, I suppose. But, it is like, not real. There's maybe ska sensibility in some sense, just because they are a ska punk band, but it is more of the like 90s pop vein. We get Spanish guitar on this, right? It's classic guitar.
Yeah,
and
it's
other
a
elements,
very different feeling. But... yeah, sorry, I changed the subject, though. To answer your previous question, I'm doing good. I'm doing all right.
I know you're good.
Yeah. And I
know you're real good.
I'm a good boy.
You're a good boy. Yes, you
I'm
are.
a good boy. And if you want an update on the weather, it's nice. But it's supposed to get winter again next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been kind of up and down here. It's been like springish weather, like early spring weather, and then just downpours of rain.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's my vision of Vancouver, is like all the time. It's about early spring, and then it rains a lot.
Yeah, that is an accurate summation.
But I don't live there. How else are things going?
Things are going, man. They're going. Just taking it easy, just living life. Saw the new Sam Raimi film, Send Help.
Oh, Send Help that's Sam Raimi, eh?
I believe so.
I don't know anything about that movie. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good. It's the premise is essentially, what if you got trapped on a deserted island with your shitty boss?
Oh, that sounds like it could be very cathartic.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely it's a tense watch. It's described on Wikipedia as a black comedy. I can see that.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I think it might be up your alley. I think you might enjoy it, folks.
Yeah.
It's been pretty popular.
I'll keep it in mind.
I'm not breaking news here for anyone, but
sure, yeah, I'll keep it in mind. I haven't been on top of movies lately, but I see there's like a bunch that have come out. So
they keep making them, man.
They keep making them. It's true. I don't know.
They keep making them.
I don't know how it keeps happening, but it keeps happening.
Great thing about movies, they keep making them. I keep watching
Keep
them.
watching them, and they keep staying the same.
Yeah, I was trying to do like a McConaughey Dazed and Confused. It seemed like it would work. It's not really there yet,
It
though.
was worth a shot, I think.
I'll workshop it a little later. We'll see.
All right.
All right. All right. Alex, no doubt, you a fan?
Yeah, I like No Doubt. I'm not like a huge fan or anything, but I've listened to Tragic Kingdom a few times, you know, and it's quite nice, and there's good songs on it. But they're an interesting band for me because I didn't know they existed for a long time. I say a long time. I probably learned about them in high school, but through Rock Band, because we played Spiderwebs on Rock Band.
Yeah.
Which I think might have even been a DLC track.
DLC, yeah.
I
believe it because it was featured in Guitar Hero for the DS.
Oh, which I didn't play.
No.
On tour.
But yeah, I think they would often, like, these songs that were getting licensed out to one game would often overlap with another, because what record label's not going to double dip on that?
Yeah. Why would you sign an exclusivity contract for like a few dollars on a downloadable song in a game, right?
Yeah, and then, like, No Doubt wasn't something I really knew, but my sister Ruby, a previous guest on the show, would often be like, hey, you got to grab like this, and she would sometimes like throw $5 and be like, yeah, get that Rock Band stuff, I want to play that. I was like, cool, all right.
Yes. So then we played Spiderwebs, and I remember enjoying that song, and that was kind of when I learned No Doubt existed, you know? And like I knew Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, 100%.
Because she has solo music, and obviously we've talked about Hollaback Girl. But like, yeah, I didn't know like Gwen Stefani was like from a band, and especially for me at the time, much more like a music snob, being like, oh, it's like a rock and roll band with Gwen Stefani. Like what? Because you know, I'm growing out of this my like younger phase where I was like, oh, like a female pop star, that's not for me, you know. Like I'm actually, I'm a man.
Pretending
I can't
to be tough,
you know.
Yeah,
exactly. So like. I rejected a lot of that stuff, and then finding out later, like, no, she actually does like fit this admittedly narrow and arbitrary, like set of criteria that you have for listening to music.
There's no doubt she's a commercial entity. Like even
she's a commercial.
No doubt. You fucking got me. Like, and even now, I'm pretty sure she's like conservative, which is the being a commercial music.
Yeah, artist. I've heard there's some questionable things. I'm not too familiar with that situation.
Well, she's married to a country guy.
Yeah,
now,
right. She's married to Blake Shelton.
Yeah,
because they met on doing The Voice.
The Voice, yeah. So she's a commercial woman through and through. So her like, the pipeline to her going No Doubt to being Gwen Stefani. To being because then we've talked about it on the Hollaback episode. She like made clothing lines. She tried to make an animated TV show,
and I mean she used to like make her own clothes when she was performing with No Doubt too. So like she's always been involved in like fashion, even when it was just a hobby.
Yeah, she's 100% like her career is a microcosm of the commercialization of like punk rock.
Yeah.
But yeah, you and I both kind of discovered it backwards. We're like, okay, Gwen Stefani's some pop star, whatever. Right. And then it's like, oh, she's from No Doubt. And then the discovery for me this week is I didn't know her brother was in the band.
Okay, I did know her brother was in the band. It was like the Stefani thing. I don't remember why I knew that, but you know, I had heard that. Also, just random thing. There's a song, a lyric, and is it on Acid Rap? Like, I'm trying to remember the song. Like, No Doubt, like Gwen Stefani's group. Anyway, do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
it's like a feature. On I can't remember what song it is now.
No Doubt, like Gwen. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
it comes up pretty quick. Chance the Rapper, Smoke Again.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
So I can't even remember the featuring artist on that, but his verse has that line in it.
That is featuring Absol.
Yeah, that's the one.
And it's just in front of the line of "Let me put my mouth where you potty, boo."
Yes, I always remember that part too.
Yeah. I love that song. Not crazy about that line.
It's not the best line, but I always remember No Doubt like Gwen Stefani's group, and I was like,
yeah. I do love it when the only other example I can think of is Outkast doing it, where they say "shout, shout, like let it all out, like Tears for Fears, just for my peers."
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I like shouting out a band.
Just like seems random, but it's fun because I get the reference.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I know those guys.
Hey, nice.
Hey, me and Andre 3000 listen to the same music.
Incredible.
An incredible experience. Did you know Eric Stefani was an animator on The Simpsons?
I watched a video a few years back. There's a Trash Theory video about Tragic Kingdom, basically. So
Right.
like the fact that he was an animator and at the same time he was in the band, like the band was kind of not working out after like an album or two, and he's like, my
Yeah.
day job is I'm an animator on The Simpsons. So I think that was part of why he like kind of pulled back a bit and like wasn't as much the main creative force. And then that's why
Yeah.
the other band members, particularly Gwen Stefani, started stepping in and like writing songs. And of course, a lot of Gwen's early songs are about this relationship with Tony because they've been together
Yeah.
for like 7 years,
A long time.
It's a big it's a long time. And then they broke up, and she apparently was even saying like they broke up, but they were still like, I guess it was a situationship at that point, like
Yeah.
they're broken up officially, but like they're still like kissing when they're together and stuff,
Oh, yeah, and they're working together. They're on tour. There's a quote from Tony Canal here. He says, "We were on
Yeah.
tour for Tragic Kingdom for 28 months. We
Wow.
were going through the breakup, and in every interview, we were talking about it. So we were opening this wound on an hourly basis. It was so brutal, but I don't know how we made it through."
Yeah, that doesn't sound very nice.
No, that sounds miserable.
But it's a fascinating story. And like even the song, like it was about their relationship from the start, but Eric wrote it originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it like I don't know if you heard any of that original demo. I heard a bit of it, but it's just about like how relationships like after a while, I don't know if it's supposed to be like about how they get stale or just the fact that like things aren't surprising you anymore,
Right.
or just like kind of same old same. I don't know if it was down on that or if it was thinking that was great, that like life is predictable or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
not
could
clear
see
on
a
that.
version of it where it's like, oh, like if the title was always "Don't Speak," for example, it's like we're so in tune, you don't need to talk, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. And I don't know exactly, like I don't have the lyrics, but like that was kind of my impression. And then like it suddenly like changes because they break up, and I don't know exactly what point he wrote it at, but yeah, they break up, and then Gwen starts changing the lyrics and like changed it quite a bit. And obviously
Yeah.
now it's this song, which is very different from where it started. And like even the sound is very different.
yeah, even there's the other quote from their guitarist, Tom Dumont, and he says that the original versions were like more jazzy.
Which is interesting.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
they're not a
yeah,
jazz
so
band.
they're not a jazz band at all. But yeah, the production of this album started in 1993 and finished in 1995. So I'm going to assume that the original lyrics, original composition was like 93, maybe something from 92 that he was picking back up. And then 94, he leaves. Gwen Stefani and Tony Canal break up, and then 95 it comes out. So a long process.
Yeah, my understanding, again, I just took this from that Trash Theory video,
Mm-hmm.
but because they had like gotten a record deal, like a record deal with, I don't even remember who.
I want to say Atlantic, but I could be wrong.
I believe that. And like they did an album, it didn't do amazing. They did another album, it didn't do amazing. So this is their third album, right?
That's right.
So like they're already kind of not doing that great. And so like they're still recording music, but they're not a focus. So they're kind of like doing it piecemeal. Like, and I think they're touring as well. And like they're like, so they're just like recording wherever and whenever they can. And yeah, it just takes like a few years for them to actually get the album together because they don't have like studio time.
Yeah,
or money.
And like their albums come out. Their albums are 90s albums, but they started as a band in 1986.
Yeah.
So it took them a while to even get those first ones out. As I understand it, they had to publish the second album independently because the first one did so bad.
Oh, yeah. And like, yeah, so they're like half on the label, half not. Like, they're clearly not a priority. And then they put out Tragic Kingdom, and it totally like catapults them. As,
thanks in
into
part
fame.
to the production work of one Matthew Wilder.
Yeah, of all people.
For folks who don't know, he does the 1983 hit single "Break My Stride."
Yeah, which we almost did, but I got it mixed up with another song, so we did the other song instead.
And also, if you've ever seen the hit Disney film Mulan, he co-wrote the music for that.
Oh yeah.
And does the singing voice for the character Ling.
So that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. A little bit
What
of
a
just a
connection.
novelty. What a connection.
Yeah.
You like the song "Don't Speak," Alex?
I do like the song Don't Speak. There's a lot of really solid songs on this album in particular. I don't know other No Doubt really, but this song's good. I like this song. How do you feel about this song?
Yeah, I like this song. It's not. I don't think it's my favorite No Doubt song. I think I am a Spiderwebs guy.
Sure.
But yeah, this got a lot of radio play, and I was very familiar with it. I was pretty excited to listen to it this week and talk about lyrics, dog.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
Let's talk about them. They start, you and me, we used to be together, every day together, always. I really feel that I'm losing my best friend. I can't believe this could be the end.
Yeah, I mean, this is the story of the song, right? It's the breakup, and they were together for a long time, and like it says, every day together, they're together all the time, and like they're best friends, and
Yeah.
like
So there is it's an ending that is not as necessary but is sad, right? It's not like fuck you, get out of here.
right.
It's like, oh, this is coming to an end. This relationship is dying. She uses the phrase dying a lot in here. You and me dying, this concept of the two of us
Right.
as a unit dying.
But like and I mean it's dragged out, right? Like it doesn't really say that, but it's not dead. It's dying.
She's not killing it. It's dying. So
Yeah.
it's a natural end almost, and it is perhaps dragged out. It's not necessarily cut and dry and clean. It is you're kind of waiting for all the pieces to fall off.
Yeah, which I mean, we know that that's kind of the nature of the relationship because they're still in this band together. To this day, they are technically both still in this band together.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
And they used to be together every day. These are very anyone who's been in a relationship, you know, this is a pretty normal sentiment because when you, especially in the earlier stages of a relationship, you're together like all the time. And I think when you're looking back on a relationship that's over, you go like, what the fuck happened to that? We were like so happy. We were side by side for this long. And now it's like, I'm losing a part of me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's those big changes. And it's like, what is your now identity on your own? Separate from the other person because you've now built up this whole life and identity with someone else, but it has to change.
Yeah, and there was like emotional logic behind that. There's like real scientific logic too, because when you are in a relationship, like you offload things apparently like mentally to your partner, so you guys kind of function as one brain.
Yeah.
And then when you split, it's like, oh fuck, you have to learn how to be a whole person again.
Yeah, you lose out on the happy chemicals. And also have to take care of more stuff.
Big drop. Yeah. It's so there's science behind this, there's emotional truth. There's not a lot to like analyze in this verse, but I think it does a very good description of the sort of the problem of breaking up in a nutshell.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what they're doing. They're breaking up.
Yeah.
And well, there's more to it.
There's more to it. It looks as though you're letting go, and if it's real, well, I don't want to know.
Yeah, and I like this part, and then also that leading into the chorus, and obviously like the title line, because she's like observing this thing, and like obviously there's the I don't want to know. She like because she doesn't want to hear the bad news, which is like I am letting go. You know, I am wanting to leave or whatever.
Yeah, don't confirm what I already know and feel.
Yeah, because that seems bad. And I do think a lot of times in relationships, like that kind of stuff, you notice, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a change, but also you don't want to admit it because it's scary. And also, like, you want to trust this person, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to think that they would do that, especially in this case where it seems like it's sort of out of nowhere, or like this person's letting the thing go, not making the effort to fix whatever the problem is, you know?
Yeah, and sort of seeing that, because it does feel mutual this whole way, especially with the chorus, because her knowing what he's saying and knowing what he's thinking, to me, implies that it's because she has said and thought the same things, but from her angle.
Right.
And so, yeah, the looking as though you're letting go is really like, oh, fuck, I can't rely on him to come in and try to save this relationship, and I'm also not coming in to try and save it.
Right. So you like both, you know, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing something about it. And then, I mean, we all know the title line, Don't Speak, is like kind of like the root of that kind of problem, like because we're saying I don't want you to talk because it's the bad, we'll just say the bad thing.
Yeah.
But also the not talking leads to the letting go kind of thing. Like you have to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think there's like really good layers to this because there's don't speak because we are in tune, which is a part of this. Is that like we are unfortunately exactly on the same page,
Right.
which should be beautiful in a relationship, but we are on the same page of this relationship dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the don't speak because like I don't want to bring up these painful topics, and like yeah, don't speak communication being such a key part of being in a relationship. If we're not doing that, we're fucked.
Yeah. So then you get this irony of like, don't speak because we'll just break up and I want to stay together. But realistically, the only way you could actually work on a relationship like this is speaking. So
yeah. It's you're trying to hold this moment that like doesn't exist anymore. It's
Yeah.
like I just want to pretend we're still where things were good. And so yeah, don't speak. I know just what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me because it hurts. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. I don't need your reasons. Don't tell me because it hurts.
Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of like further to what we said before. You get the please stop explaining. I don't need your reasons lines. I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, they're on the same page. Like they both know this. They both understand it. Like they don't want to keep reiterating and saying it again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just more. They're kind of like trying to escape this pain. Of the like relationship dissolving. Whether they're trying to preserve the relationship or just escape the pain, it's kind of unclear. Because
it's
I
like
guess
a
it doesn't
general
really matter,
denial.
right? It's like the same
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, they just don't want to talk about it anymore.
No, and then yeah, don't tell me because it hurts. Be like don't because the words are gonna hurt me. And then, but some like Genius said, it could also mean like don't tell me the reason is because it hurts to be in this relationship. Even though again, I know that's like true.
Right.
I do think it's more the first interpretation. Don't tell me because the words will hurt. Like it's
Yeah. That sounds right to me.
But hey, man, layers.
Layers.
Lyrics
about those
are
layers.
like onions.
They
you know?
have ogres.
Yeah, they've got ogres. Yeah, don't speak. I don't need your reasons. Yeah, I don't. You don't need to lay all this out because again, we're on the same page. And bringing it up and making it real is gonna suck and hurt. Verse 2. Our memories, they can be inviting, but some are altogether mighty frightening.
Yeah, quick verse. I mean, verse 1 is like the double length verse kind of thing, so almost like 2 verses in a row, which we talk about quite a bit. Excuse me. And this is kind of like what you were saying before, where like you can have these memories of like early on, right? And then it's like, well, why can't we go back to that? But then the frightening aspect of like we're not there anymore. So what does that mean for us?
Yeah. Is it that it's frightening that we're not there? Is there potentially a dark side of this where it's like, well, there are good memories, but there's also a lot of bad ones tucked in there?
Yeah, true. And like what all these things are kind of adding up over time, and it's like, well, what does that mean about?
Yeah, it's like
about us. Is that a sign?
If that's what we do and these are the memories we have, like what does that say about this relationship?
Exactly. Oh, keep bumping my mic.
Yeah, slap that microphone.
Slapping the microphone. Excuse me while I cough and blow my nose as well.
Excuse me while I cough and blow my nose.
As well.
Yeah, I'll just jump into the pre-chorus. As we die, both you and I, with my head in my hands, I sit and cry.
Now, yeah, again, we're dying,
Yeah. And I think the use of, like, we is very important there. She's like, both you and I. It's not that we, as individuals, are dying. It's we together are dying.
Ah, yes, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, she's sad. She's crying.
Yeah. The relationship ending is sad. That's your pre-chorus here.
There you go. And then another chorus. I think it's the same.
It is. There is one chorus later that's slightly different, I think. But it's not this one. Bridge, it's all ending. I gotta stop pretending who we are. Again, it's the relationship is over, and I can't pretend that it's not over.
Yeah, and like it's just become too taxing to like ignore all these things.
Mm-hmm. Guitar solo.
What does that mean? It means
Nobody knows,
Spanish
man.
guitar. I do. yeah, maybe this is more appropriate for the music section, but apparently when they recorded that, it was like really chopped up.
6 different takes.
Yeah, so and they were just like combining a bunch of different takes, which I think is not that uncommon nowadays, just because it's easier with digital stuff. But yeah, that's a lot.
That is a lot. We talked about Working Class Hero, John Lennon, where you can actually, it's not for a solo, it's just for the song, but you can actually hear the shift in the take, like when they move from their first take to the second one. So, you know what happens? Even the great John Lennon does it. So,
right, and there's nothing wrong with needing multiple takes. It does sometimes feel like, I guess, cheating or something.
I think, especially for a band like this, who played live a lot prior to being studio, I imagine.
Right.
And who toured this album for 28 months. Tom Dumont has got to be thinking, what do I do when I hit the guitar solo? If it took me 6 takes in the studio.
What do we do live? And it's like, yeah, and I get that. Like, you want to record it, you want to put all your best versions or all the best parts of the different versions together, and then be like, well, on stage, I'll do my best, you know?
Yeah.
And but like when it's recorded, you want all the very best. So like I get that, and it's fine. But sometimes it does feel like you couldn't. It's really hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
So fair enough.
Yeah, but we do like to think of solos in our heads as being like one unbroken strain of raw creativity, man. Just craziness. And he played that with a pick, which is playing a classical guitar, which is not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's a finger picking situation typically.
Yeah. So he does. Tom Dumont does remark on that. He's like, true classic players would have hated me for that. Well, luckily for him, neither of us are true classic players.
So we don't really care.
If you want to get an even shorter verse, how about verse 3? You and me, I can see us dying. Are we?
Yeah. So that's basically the things she said before, you know. I can see us dying, but like the last verse, no, wait. She said, you know, it's all ending. Can't stop pretending. Like, as we die, both of us.
Yeah, she mentions that as we're dying,
it's and then reiterating. Yeah,
it's a weird line. I guess it is, if you want an arc to it. She is now asking for confirmation, even though she is then in the chorus going to immediately deny that and say, "Don't speak."
Yeah, she's speaking about it, right? Like, are we? She's asking the question.
Because ultimately, I guess if you're storytelling, she can't just ruminate on this and sit with her thoughts, regardless of how much she doesn't want to hear it because it hurts. Like, the curiosity and the need to know, the need to move forward in time, as we all are forced to do, requires her to ask the question.
And like, already, like, gotta stop pretending, you know? Like, very clearly can't keep doing this. So, and the relationship did end, so they obviously did talk to some degree. So, yeah.
Yeah, that bridge to guitar solo to verse 3 is a good, like, emotional arc.
Yeah. Yeah, so and that's it's the last verse lyric, so as much as they're still doing the don't speak stuff and saying hush later on. Yeah,
again, hush, and then what do you think about I know you're good, I know you're good, I know you're real good, oh?
I know you're real good. Yeah, sometimes ad libs don't make a lot of sense. But it's maybe just denial. Like, you're good, right? We're good.
Yeah,
you're
like,
good.
like, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. It's like, don't talk. I know you're good, right? It's fine. Like, or that, because when people break up, they often talk, they maybe, like, I'm not going to say that you victimize yourself, but since you're talking from your perspective, you talk about the things that have harmed you. And so there's a perspective to look at yourself maybe as the good one. So, like, if she hears his reasons, she's like, I get it. You're a good dude, whatever. We're breaking up. She's like, I don't need to hear that. That's a bit of a stretch, though.
Yeah, I guess just hearing. The thing I like the most is just the idea of, like, how are you? I'm good. I know you're good, but like,
that like checks out to me. That feels because
it's like
fit,
kind of dismissive.
Yeah, like if we talk, it's just gonna be surface level anyway.
Yeah,
I know you're good
because they're not talking.
Yeah, it's just like another layer added on to reasons not to speak.
Yeah.
Boom, la 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 la, don't, ooh ooh, and then yeah, hush hush darling, don't tell me because it hurts. Hush meaning shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. More quiet stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a cool song, and I think it does end up being meaningful because it does have a lot of like, it doesn't say presenting the state of the relationship at this time, which is very fascinating. Where like clearly communication is broken down, and like they don't want to talk because it's painful, but you have to go through that pain to be in the relationship. So that it ends.
Yeah, the sort of dissonance, like the cognitive dissonance of that position, or the sort of the contradictory nature of being at the end of a relationship where you're like, oh, it has to end, but also I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it captures that pretty well.
Yeah.
The question is, does the intro guitar capture more Dream On by Aerosmith or Breakfast in America by Supertramp?
That is a great question because I've heard both comparisons.
Yes.
And I gotta say, Dream On.
Yeah, it sounds more like Dream On to me.
Yeah, like I see that as both, and I see why you'd think of that, but the feeling is more Dream On. Breakfast in America feels very different from this song to me. But Dream On is closer because it has, I mean, I guess I don't have the lyrics in front of me, but I guess that's more aspirational, but there's also like a sad side to it, right?
Because there is
like,
this.
It hasn't happened yet, but like maybe it will.
Yeah, it's a call to like hold on, like to keep believing in something. And then even just tonally, I think the guitar tone lines up a bit more with Aerosmith's Dream On.
Sounds a lot more like Dream On, yeah.
But yeah, those were the two comparisons I saw online, and I was like, oh, see, when I listened to it this week, I was like, that's Dream On. It's not Breakfast in America.
Yeah, but like I get it. It's like he's going between two chords, but like that's not that an unusual. That's not a crazy thing to do.
Yeah, it's like that could also be so many other songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna draw a comparison, I think like audibly it sounds more Dream On.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the intro. It's like it's longer than like the Breakfast in America intro, for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this electric guitar, fairly clean, before Gwen comes in singing the verse, fairly
nice and
low
soft.
key at this point. Yeah, soft. What's interesting, so I mean, Gwen Stefani, particularly early on, is like really known for this like really heavy vibrato, which she still does, but like it's not super on display here, which I think is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
It fits more like the high energy stuff, but she does bring it in at times.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason this song like hits is it's a bit of a change up for the band.
Yeah.
Because they are more of a ska punk band. If we look at like other hit from this album, Spiderwebs is a lot more high energy, a lot more, and a relationship song as well.
Right.
But like a different type of relationship.
Yeah, and it has brass on it.
Yeah, it's got brass on it. Yeah, so it's much like bigger. It's got a skank on it. So like this is so much more like rock and roll / pop / like a little bit of Spanish guitar, which was pop for 94.
Yeah, 94, definitely. And yeah, it's also got like some strings on it too. Right? Like you get because they go through the first verse and that's just that guitar, still that's one guitar. But once they get to the pre-chorus, the bass comes in. Is there? And then right, it's kind of for the chorus. There's like a little bit of, I think, cello, like it's very low string.
Okay, I might have noted that as organ.
I'm gonna listen to it again.
I gotta listen to it again.
I think it's around 40 seconds or so.
Okay, well, there's definitely organ in the chorus. Oh yeah, I hear that as
it's like bowed, right?
Yeah.
And
so
like,
wait, it's just there for that moment though? Does it stick around?
I don't hear it much anywhere else, but like there's strings in other places.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like a synthesizer or what. I also okay, so in the following verse, I definitely hear some like bowed strings on the lower end, which could be that cello, I think. And then I was like, is it a viola? I don't really know the range of those instruments. It's like lower, I think, than a violin, though.
Yeah. Oh, I hear that too. That's yeah. So is it lower than a violin, higher than a cello, or?
Yeah, I don't know, but there's strings. This is the point.
Yeah, that's the point. Is that like it's a little out of their element. It is a different No Doubt song while still having some classic elements. Like the chorus is pretty big. We still get a big punch on that.
Yeah, and that's when like that strummed guitar comes in. Lots actually comes in. Like the singing picks up, and then like that guitar starts strumming. It's got a nice little like groove to it.
Yeah,
you know, the guitar strumming, and then yeah, the organ chords. It's pretty simple though. It's just like harmony. The organ chords. It's mostly just filling out space.
That guitar on the chorus, definitely your pop like Spanish guitar vibes.
Yeah. Just strumming. Just doing a strumming.
Yeah, just
thing.
strumming, but like he's probably doing that on the same guitar as the soul, right? So it is a classic guitar. It has that certain tone to it.
Sure.
And he's just kind of stopping and popping it a bit, like
stopping and popping, exactly.
Stopping and popping. It's always what you do. I do want to note on the pre-chorus because we kind of jumped around here.
Yeah, we did.
We do the double tracking of vocals on the pre-chorus.
Right. You get another track there. This is also where the bass comes in, right?
Yes.
Which, man, it's not a lot of bass there. That one's just playing chords for each bar, playing the changes or playing the roots.
Just a very basic, kind of like dun, 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 like.
But it gets a cool slide to transition into the chorus.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So even when bass is simple, it can still be really good, and I love a bass slide.
Something about a bass slide. What else happens? Yeah, the strings. Okay, the strings do play a bit like between, because like the verse. No, hang on. They play. Yeah, there's a bit of strings on the chorus, I believe, but I have a weird note here that doesn't make sense.
Is it?
Oh, it's just a transition in. Okay.
Okay, yeah. At 53 seconds, I think it's that strings again.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of between the stanzas.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just dun 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 dun.
Okay, yes, that is my note as well. I just wrote it weird and didn't make any sense.
Yeah, sometimes you trust yourself when you're writing notes.
Like, I'll know what this means.
Of course, I'll know what this means. You come back, you're like, I got no fucking clue.
Or like my thing that is a real problem is I will just like write verse instead of chorus, and vice versa, and like I don't know, man, that makes things very confusing.
Yeah, and sometimes I like if it's a section where I don't know if it's like say pre-chorus or bridge or something, I like kind of flip-flop between terms, and then we talk and call it something completely different. I'm like, fuck, okay, what are we gonna do?
That is fun. And then you're like, oh wait, what am I talking about? Or like between versions, like 3 versions down, I'll be like, no, it's more like a pre-chorus, and then I'll have bridge.
Yeah, exactly. You change your mind, and you're like, oh fuck.
I'm like, do I have to go now edit my notes? I should, but I don't know.
But I'm not gonna do that. No, I like my notes to be like I'm like a Jack Kerouac note taker.
Sure, it's a very stream of consciousness.
Stream of consciousness.
You gotta remember what your state of mind was when you wrote them.
Exactly. One day we'll publish the Cover Me notes scroll.
I have so many note documents.
Me too. It's ridiculous.
Why do I even keep them all? I do.
I don't know.
But why?
Like they don't take up that much space, and all mine are on Google Drive, so
Yeah.
it's just Google servers fucking getting chewed up.
That's true. That's true.
They can afford it.
They can.
For example, I have a note that says real mum guitar, dad guitar, which I know is a reference to Flight of the Conchords when the Rhys Davies character, Murray, like describes the lead guitar and the bass guitar that way. He's like, oh yeah, there's the mum guitar and the dad guitar.
All right, so is it a like a guitar and a bass that are playing together kind of thing?
I think so, and we're maybe around like 215-ish here.
Okay, 215. So we're on like the guitar solo.
Yes.
You get a mum guitar and a dad guitar.
Yeah, I guess because the bass is playing and is semi-prominent in this guitar solo section. It's got some room to breathe.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the solo since we're there.
Sure, yeah, we're on the solo. There's a we'll get back to the bridge later.
We'll get back to the bridge. We'll jump back to it because that is important. But I like Spanish guitar solos.
Yeah, it's a fun sound. I get that it's like imitation, but like that doesn't bother me,
Yeah,
like
I
listen to like rock and roll from the 60s that wants to be kind of jazz but doesn't know how,
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that. It's fun. It's adjacent. I like it when bands do like a song that doesn't sound like them, I like Hot Dog by Led Zeppelin and Man on the Prowl by Queen, I guess those are both kind of like rockabilly songs. So maybe I just like when like hard rock bands do rockabilly.
Maybe.
But I find it very amusing where someone's like, we're going to do a different style just for this one song. Just for the one song.
Yeah, we're just going to try it. Especially with Led Zeppelin. They're like, well, 2 of our band members are struggling with drugs.
Yeah.
What if what if we did a song for football?
For football. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Just you got to find something to do. What
Gotta find,
football?
you gotta fill the time and fill the record. Like,
Led Zeppelin. Yeah, it's nice. And then you kind of get some light brass by the end of the solo. Like that's the most ska thing here. I don't hear the brass anywhere else.
Nor do I.
Like it's just a little bit at the end of the solo. And No Doubt's an interesting group because they have like 2 horns players that I'm pretty sure have been there for most of the band's life, but they don't get credited as band members.
Yeah, are they just studio musicians, kind of like whoever played bass for the Doors?
I guess, but like they still need someone when they're touring, I think.
No,
I would have to check.
They just
I don't
got
know
somebody playing the horns on keys, dude. It's just the left hand.
Yeah, it's just the left hand. It could be that like they get different people to do the horns.
It's very possible that.
But their horns players are not like official band members, which is a bit odd in my opinion.
Yeah, that is strange because that is such a key component of a ska band.
Yeah, and like I've not known other bands that are like, yeah, these are consistent members that we don't really consider core members, and it's like, well, I don't know, man. Like, let them in.
Yeah, just let them be part of it. Let them like catch some royalties, dude.
Exactly.
Like,
maybe that's all it is, but like still. And it's also like it's always like 2 black dudes, and it's like those are the ones you don't put on the roster. Like, come on, guys, that's not a good look.
Come on, guys. No doubt about it. It's a bad look.
No doubt about it. Anyway, that seems odd. I don't know the story there, but it does seem a little suspect.
That is strange. And with Gwen Stefani's leaning towards countryman as she gets older, it's it's not a good look, Gwen.
That's a good point. It's not a good look, Gwen.
Not a good look. Let's talk about that bridge though. Let's jump back a little bit on the track. Talk about that bridge.
It's like real quick, but it's big and like distorted and a lot of layered guitars, which is kind of where the song is at this point. Because like in that chorus, the last chorus, it's like it's big and you got all this multiple vocal tracks and like this distorted guitar that we haven't really talked about, but it's texture. It's very like you were talking about. This is like more of just like a 90s song.
Yeah.
And it's got that guitar. It's got that like really textury, or they got the Spanish guitar, got the like really textury, distorted guitar work.
Yes.
Very 90s.
Yeah, this is like, it's basically like a blended smoothie of 90s trends.
Yeah, which is very interesting.
Even the like balladeer kind of work of Gwen Stefani on this, like that's pretty popular in the 90s.
Yeah. So
it's just hitting it in all the right spots to be a number 1 jam and
it worked
in 1995. It worked out. It was the only reason it wasn't at the top of the Billboard charts was top of the airplay charts because they didn't have a physical single for it.
Oh, so like it couldn't because it was on album.
Because that was
track.
the rules back then, yeah.
Huh.
And then so it's interesting that chorus goes up really high. That's the second chorus, like she's going intense, and then we do this little walk down to then jump back up again. The instruments go doom 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 doom.
To transition into the bridge.
Yeah,
on the strings. Okay, I forgot. I missed that note. But yeah, you do that like cool. Like it's like a quick walk down. A lot of things happen quickly, right? Like you walk down, the bridge happens. The bridge is relatively short.
It's almost surprising the song is 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, because it happened with this and several other versions where I'm like, well, we're basically through the song, and then I look at the time and it's like, oh, half of it's left. Like, what? It felt like we covered so much ground, which I guess is to the song's credit.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, it's only been 2 minutes. What? How did we do all that in 2 minutes? And then there's still 2 minutes left,
Yeah, exactly. Like we hit the guitar solo about 2:10.
Yeah.
And then it's like, usually you'd go boom, hit the outro real quick. And then like you're out. You're out by like 3.5 here, maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's because they add in like a bonus outro essentially. Because we do the chorus repeats, and then like, what if there was like something about Hush?
Yeah, what if we just kept it rolling? Which I guess maybe that's a like ska sensibility, and you're like, we just got to keep the horns going, man. But not really. But makes me think of like, no, we just want to keep skanking, but you don't skank to this.
This is not a skanking song.
No,
it's hard to skank to a sad song.
It is. You got to skank real slow. I have another note. Okay, so we do that solo, right, and then a verse. Just a verse. It's also a short verse.
Mm-hmm.
Then it kind of cuts down to like the intro section a bit, and then just like a really rapid build up with that like repeated note of like ba 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 ba, wherever like the drums are playing, the guitar's playing,
it's like a
everything's playing
big
together.
band build up. It
Yeah.
sounds like there's a lot of the orchestral stuff there. You get the shaking tambourine, the bass,
Well, that's
the
it.
guitars.
The tambourine comes in here, and then we're gonna keep the tambourine around for the rest of it. But like that's like the big new thing is like we got tambourine now, baby.
Oh yeah, now it's huge.
Mm-hmm. The drums have tiny cymbals that play constantly and hit together.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's just I feel like, you know, we get to this like really raw point, right, in the song, and then to like build like that. It's such a simple build, but just to be like ba 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 ba, like hammer on this note. I just feel like, you know, it doesn't take much to get back to where we were, but it's just like it just keeps, you know, the same thing keeps happening. So like you just get to that place again.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I mean, you know, you're talking about the relationship, like after a while, if problems keep repeating themselves, it doesn't take long to get to that very irate state, you know?
Yeah, it's this just quick build up. It's a quick dirty pop that really fits the emotional journey here.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's why we ride the outro too. We've talked about songs that have a sort of inconclusive feel in the story, and a song like Don't Speak, where the ultimate thing is like, don't move forward, don't speak, don't talk about this. That is what we ride on for the last like minute.
Yeah, and like more, like you said, hush, hush, darling, don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, you get to this point where it's like, well, we know something has to happen. We know something's going to happen. It's just a matter of who says something first.
Yeah. Yeah, because somebody's got to pull the plug on that. In this outro as well, around 3:13, we get backing vocals.
Ah.
These. So we're not out of tricks when we're hitting the outro.
No?
Some places would just be like, we're playing on high energy, we're doing some vocal ad libs, we'll ride it out. They're like, well, let's layer in some vocal track that's not been present at all before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really it. We fade out with the hush hushes.
Yeah. It fades out. Fades out eventually. And
It's a fade out.
yeah, I like it. I'm glad we had a chance to talk about why it's effective, because like it feels effective to me, but I definitely like needed to do some work to like put it together of like what about it works.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially looking at the lyrics, I'm like, it took them 2 years to write this. Like,
Yeah.
this
seems-
verse is 3 lines.
yeah, it seems very simple, but I do know sometimes it takes a long time to get to simplicity, you know?
Yeah.
Because you start with like, these are all my ideas, and then you want to do all of them, but you need
Yeah.
to convince yourself to just cut back a bit.
Yeah,
And it
sometimes
takes-
you got to
you
cut
really
the
gotta
fat.
think about
Really,
what's the most important part, and that's
really
not easy
zone
to
in.
do.
Yeah. You got to do baby shoes for sale, never worn, or whatever.
Exactly.
But what is worn out is the film they shot this on, because it was such a popular music video, directed by Sophie Muller.
Yeah, who's done a lot of music videos.
Tons. She's she's done like a billion. She does a lot with female artists like Annie Lennox, Gwen Stefani, Kylie Minogue, and a
Yeah.
bunch of other names.
I'm
surprised, given how prolific she is, I'm surprised we've actually never talked about her.
Yeah, I'm trying. There's like one that really stuck out to me that I was like, oh, I know that song, and we maybe talked about it, but now I can't remember. Oh no, never mind. Say It Ain't So was the one. I was like, did we talk? We didn't talk about that though.
No, we haven't talked
Little
about that.
Weezer.
We're surprisingly light on Weezer on this podcast.
Yeah, I feel like our early Weezer talk was like their covers that weren't amazing.
Yeah, we've talked about late stage Weezer.
Yeah,
which
or like
is-
Africa cover. And like,
Yeah.
yep, that exists.
And like we maybe talked about No Scrubs. We talked about the song for sure. I know we talked about their version, which is
I
from
think
that
we
same
did,
album.
but I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm not like a Weezer hater. I'm not a Weezer lover either.
Okay, here's the other thing she did.
Mhm.
Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis Bextor,
Yes.
which is like a meme song. Like, or at least it was like a TikTok meme song. So I don't know if the video was a part of that too, but
Yeah. So my
Yeah.
association with that song is that the film Saltburn, which came out I wanna say
Oh.
2023,
that's probably why it was
features
a
that
meme.
at the end. So the main character, played by Barry Coffin or whatever,
I don't know.
Keoghan, he dances naked around this mansion because he's successfully killed everybody in this mansion.
Cool to that song.
to that song.
Murder on the Dance Floor. Okay, cool.
Murder on the Dance Floor.
And okay, oh, interesting. That's weird. No, she did the Hips Don't Lie music video as well, which again we haven't talked about, but like I know that video.
Yeah. I was like, we've talked about Shakira's body, and I was like, no, that's in Whenever, Wherever, where she talks about
her breasts are like mountains.
Yeah, or they're not like mountains, rather.
Oh, right, they're not like mountains. I always forget.
My breasts are small and humble, I believe.
So you can compare them to mountains, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the mountains would be too much distance.
They're different.
Yeah.
Because they're not. You compare them to mountains because there's a contrast.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to say juxtaposition because it's hard to rhyme juxtaposition.
Yeah. It's not a very flowy word, juxtaposition.
Yeah.
This music video, though, it flows because we start with a segment that is played forwards at the start and backwards at the end.
Yeah, it is. And like, I mean, it's this like Garden of Eden shot, right? Like it's Tony. I mean, the fun thing about this is we know it's about this relationship between Gwen and Tony, and like they're both in the video and both still in the band, right? And like they know it's about them too, so they're like looking straight at it, you know?
Yeah, and then he pulls this orange that is full of worms.
Yeah, it's interesting because like this orange is like heavy symbolism in here, but like also if you look at Tragic Kingdom, I believe, oranges are featured prominently on the cover. So this idea of like the kind of rotting orange is like part of the imagery of the album.
Yeah, so it's not only like relationship level, like a fruit that is spoiled, but it is just like thematic to the album. That's fun to see in like especially 90s stuff when they're making so many music videos. They're like, we can explore some like visual themes throughout the work of this album. Yeah,
exactly. And like he picks the orange and it's full of maggots, so like it's got this like rot from the inside, which like also famously, well, notably historically recorded, they were like they almost broke up like right before, like the band. Like the morning they were going to film this video, and they're like, let's just do the video.
Yeah.
So like it is tense.
Yeah, and then they use that as kind of their fuel because they were all like, that Tony Canal quote, he's like, what's the saddest thing that could happen? The band splitting up. So that's what the video was about.
Right. But like also some nods to like Tony and Gwen a bit.
Yeah, especially because Tony's our focus at the start. We get the maggot shot, and then we get the fly on his head.
It like fades to like a close-up on a fly on a unknown surface, but it turns out to be his like buzz-shaved head.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And they're in this kind of like country warehouse. Like barn, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just this like band practice space ideal, you know? Like, oh, we practice in a place where there's like vaguely industrial equipment around. Like it's a garage, but like bigger.
But bigger, yeah. So it is the like, it's not quite a mechanic shop.
Yeah, but there's like ladders. It's probably mostly for storage, but like this is the space we have. And yeah, they're playing, but like she's got like a plugged in mic, which I guess makes sense, but it feels like semi-official. And then like there's a lot of shot. Everyone's very tense, you know, no one's really talking, obviously. That's what it's all about. But then like you get Tony, like there's shots where like they're both in it, and you can see they're like there's like distance between them, and like they're not acknowledging each other. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's the whole band that's happening to, but it does kind of feel like it focuses on the two of them. And maybe I'm just filling that in myself.
I think it really focuses on the separation of Gwen from the band.
It does. It definitely does.
Which is kind of interesting because that's essentially what happens moving forward.
And
Gwen Stefani takes off.
You know, she's made comments to that effect too, right? Like, obviously this video does address that. And like, again, if you look at the album artwork, same thing. She is separate from them. She's like a pinup, basically. Yeah. And they're like just hanging out by a tree. Like they look like that could be an album artwork, you know, just them standing there. There's four guys, but then you have like Gwen as well. So like the separation of like she's the girl, which is, you know, something that also she's commented on their other song. I'm just, you know, just a girl. I'm just a girl.
Yeah, and she is used in this image. She's, like you said, like kind of your pinup. It's like a postcard.
Yeah.
Like, come visit beautiful Tragic Kingdom, and she's the random, like, not actually part of the world pinup girl to like sell you on the idea of visiting this dead tree.
Yeah. So we'll see that throughout the video more.
Yeah. So we get essentially we have the scene of them in the recording space. We have footage of their live show from the Roseland Ballroom in New York City, August 21st, 1996.
Yep.
As well as some clips of Tony Dumont playing with Pat Smear, the Foo Fighters guitarist.
Oh, that's what that is. And then like random like backstage shots, which do seem staged. Like,
yeah,
like
there's
sitting on a
this
couch.
This orchard photo shoot that takes up kind of the middle section.
But like, there's also like the shot of them backstage, and again, they're separate, right? Gwen's like at a vanity basically, and they're just like all sitting on the couch.
Yeah, and the boys are sitting there separate, and one like kind of maybe mockingly puts black lipstick on his face.
Oh yeah,
but like sloppily.
Right. So yeah, they do have this. They seem aware of like all these issues and like dynamics within the band, which I guess makes sense because they're living it. But it's like interesting that they're commenting on it.
Yeah, and just like highlighting it and trying to play with that. So yeah, at that photo shoot, eventually the band gets like kicked off, and it's just Gwen as the focus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the black lipstick. But yeah, sorry, I interrupted because there is like that photo shoot, which is like basically the album, or it's the intro scene, the scene from the beginning.
It's essentially that orchard from the intro.
Yeah, it's the oranges. And then like, yeah, the guy's like positioning them and moving them around, but then like, oh, let's put Gwen in the middle, and then you know what, you guys leave. It's just Gwen.
Yeah, it's like actually it's just about Gwen and oranges.
Yeah, that's all we want to see.
And so yeah, they like glam her up, put some expensive looking necklace on her.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the shots of her in the barn, like right after that, she's like singing aggressively at her band members.
Yes, that's an interesting shot where she's like singing to them.
Yeah, so it starts at about 3:47. She's right up in Tony's face there. And then she gets over to the guitarist.
Yeah, but also like they're kind of ignoring it. And then it cuts to other shots of them. They're like in a room somewhere. I don't know what kind of room. They're like at a table of some kind. And like they're kind of whispering to each other. It's backstage, I think. And it's like they're talking about Gwen or like, you know, gossiping about this.
Yeah, so when she's doing that photo shoot, it cuts to the lads who have been taken out of the shot. And then they're like whispering about her. And then we cut later to them sort of disputing about this photo shoot, it looks like. We see them take a vote at about 4:08, so you like maybe 4:05. We see this magazine cover coming together, and then the three dudes raise their hands as if to suggest they're kicking Gwen Stefani out of the band.
Yeah, or yeah, like they're voting against her, and she's like, "Oh, come on, guys, let's do it," you know. And you know, they're trying to like determine which photos to use, but all the photos are of Gwen, right? They're not in the photos.
And then, yeah, we do a little more performance footage, and then we flip and reverse the Garden of Eden scene from the start. He puts the orange back up.
Yeah, he just puts it back up and kind of licks his lips. But yeah, it's reversed. So
yeah, which my question to you is this: are we supposed to imply that this man at the beginning pulls this orange down, looks into the maggots, sees this no doubt reality, sees all the events, and then is like, well, I'm not gonna eat that orange, and like puts it back up. He's like, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah, well, I think it like is fitting with the song, because the song's kind of about like ignoring the rot, right? Ignoring
you
these
would
problems.
throw that orange out, not hang it, not reclip it to the tree.
Well, yes, I mean that's the breakup, right? But like if you're ignoring the problems, then you're not breaking up, you're just putting the orange back. Like it's it's not logical, but it
needs a little more time on the branch.
Yeah, it needs a little more time. This one needs to cook a little longer.
Just put it back up there, throw some water on it.
Should be fine.
Should be all right.
Yeah.
That's the music video though. Won an award in 1997.
Yeah, it's a pretty good music video, you know?
Yeah.
We've seen some questionable music videos. This one is like it has some of the elements that I don't always like in a video, which is like, oh, it's just them performing in a space. But them performing in the space is telling a story. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a more I'm reminded of Invisible Touch a little bit, because it's not just them performing in a space, it's like showing the band being together, and the fact that they're performing in space is just because that's what they do when they're together, you know. And it's more about seeing the dynamics between the band than just seeing them perform the song.
Yeah, because the band is the focus even in the other footage. Like it is really about them and their interpersonal relationships. If you watch the stuff in the studio space, it has a bit of story to it rather than the like fake having a good time element of Invisible Touch. That comes
Yeah,
off
that's
as
that
just a
one's
little
like
boring.
very just like, hey, this is fun, isn't it? So it's different, but like there's a
It's
similar
brilliant,
idea.
isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant, but like it does seem like they're having fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tight little music video, but we got to move on. We got to talk about covers after this short break.
We're
back talking covers of Don't Speak, starting in the year 1997 with the mysterious Cynthiana.
Cynthiana, yeah, mysterious because it just seems to be like some random, like Europop or like electro Euro.
Yeah, electro Euro,
what's the word I'm looking for?
Eurodance.
Eurodance.
This is the Eurodance mix.
This is the Eurodance mix. Artists that I don't know who they are. Like I couldn't find things about them.
No. So there's a man named Justin Wells who has an album
called
Cynthiana, but that's not who this is.
No, I found them on Discogs, but there's no real. Usually, Discogs has like a bit of information.
Yeah, it'll even just have like a country or something.
Yeah, but this is just like they have a cover. Don't Speak.
Probably
and
part of some label.
The dance mixes.
And like, so we talked about Eiffel 65 and how they were just like studio DJs essentially.
Yeah,
like they worked in the studio and they put things under whatever label this is. I'm sure if we could find the label that this is attached to, we could like dig deep and maybe find a potential list of who made this. Yeah, but
a U.S. label dedicated to bring European dance music to the USA. So they're just republishing this.
Yeah. So okay, there you go.
But also it says country is U.S. So I don't know. It could just be an American thing that sounds like Eurodance.
It could be that too. Like 97, Eurodance is pretty big. We don't really have a source on this, but I mean, we do have a label for it, Eurodance, and boy does the label fit.
Yep, it sure does. It sure does. It is very electronic, very dancey. It's got the drums, man. Well, not even at the start, it's the synth.
It's classic.
Got that lead, like fast lead synth. And then like the vocals open with the like hush, hush, darling. So like we're starting with that stuff. Like, yeah, okay.
Which
we got like a later part of the song brought back to the start.
Yeah, and playlist-wise, that worked really well because we're closing out on the original. It just
rolls from Hush Hush Darling into Hush Hush Darling.
Hush Darling, and then loops back. Like, oh, cool. They do some work to move things around. We're very high energy. We've got like weird flute drops in this. We've got all sorts of shit going on.
And that like stuttery synth pattern. It kind of, so the way like there's that lead synth and then there's like another synth that like kind of plays along. It's a bit lower, but it like just like cuts out, like it stutters.
Yeah, it's like dun, 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 dun.
And then like bass synth bump.
Yeah, and a sort of like galloping rhythm. So
there's a lot of that. They do the verse where they just like have that stuttery synth without the lead one and stuff. So like, yeah, it's they keep up the energy. It's like very repetitive, in like the EDM way, and there's a lot of that. It's very focused around these like various synth riffs.
Yeah, they really like their kind of bright synths, and then that drop at like 41 seconds is like they have a little turnaround moment there. It is very much of its genre.
Yeah.
I don't dislike it though.
I know. I have like mixed feelings about it. So I'm like, I think it's a bit upbeat for this song. Like maybe not, because the song is kind of like about ignoring the problems. So let's ignore the problems and let's dance about it. Does make sense.
Yeah.
But there's also parts from like the bridge is like 250. There's like this bridge. Mm-hmm. Well, that's when they do the bridge. I find it a little upbeat for my sensibilities.
There's another one later that's going to do that as well. And I think there is a way to interpret it where it's because I got to stop pretending. So it's sort of this breaking from the clouds moment and acknowledging the truth, which should be freeing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really land for me in either of the versions that do it this week.
I know. I'm not 100% on it. I get it. Like intellectually, I'm like, cool.
Mhm.
Yes, that makes sense. And like even like the idea of having this like really galloping like bass line throughout a lot of the song is like we just got to keep moving on and push through,
Mhm.
you know? And like ignore the problems. So like I get that. All the elements like do make sense to me. I'm just not crazy about the song.
Yeah, it's very much like I'm sure this was a crass commercial. Everybody's listening to Don't Speak. Let's get the version for the club.
Yeah, this one came out in like 97. So
Yeah.
it's like an early on once this thing becomes a hit. All right. People need to dance to this.
People need to dance this. Let's get it. If we're the ones that they're dancing to, we have the advantage. So I really do think it comes from that crass purpose. With that being said, not the most like dog shit crass commercial release I've ever heard. I think there is.
I've heard
The
worse.
parts
It's
are
fun
working.
enough.
It's fun enough. And then after that bridge, we do get a like weirdly tense instrumental section.
Do you have a timestamp on that?
Around what is it, maybe 307?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. Bum, 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 bum. So like there is some tension in there. I don't know. I do feel like it maybe doesn't all come together is maybe the problem. I mean that's a very vague problem, but
I think it is like it's not the smoothest delivery of like the idea of the song and the music to accompany it.
yeah. It doesn't end up working. And like the vocals sound very much like you would expect in a later 90s like Eurodance cover of a song.
Yeah.
Where it's like we don't know the name of this vocalist, but they found someone. I think she has good moments.
Mhm.
You know? She like really like kind of gets a bit gritty at times, and some of the later like Don't Tell Me 'Cause It Hurts.
Yeah.
I don't think the performance overall is that great. Like I said, it feels kind of generic, but there are moments, and that's something. So that's a lot of words to say this song is like fine, but has merit in small sections.
Yeah, it's we can often be dismissive of dance covers on this show. And so something like this that I think is both has some very classic problems of covers we talk about like this, but also has like some good execution on things. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah, and I do feel like it's maybe similar to some of like maybe more straightforward punk rock covers we've talked about where we're like, it's not amazing, but like I enjoyed it because I like this style of music and like it's fun. I feel like someone who is more into this kind of music would feel that way about this version.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. If nothing else, I would believe that an elementary school gym teacher would have put this on for kids to run to.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely. But you couldn't do that with 2005's Leela James.
Don't speak, I know what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak, I know what you're
No, I don't think so. This is like R&B. This is an R&B version.
Mm-hmm. And she is an R&B and soul singer songwriter
She
from
is.
LA.
Yeah, and that's like most of what I could find. She's got some like, I don't know about hits, but like she's been around the R&B/soul scene for like a while, and she seems to be like a part of it and like not unsuccessful. She's worked with other artists that are like recognizable.
Yeah,
she opened
she's-
for the Black Eyed Peas and Macy Gray in
Mhm.
right before this, right? And like she's worked with other recognizable artists. I've never heard of her.
Yeah, so like her Wikipedia page is just a list of these weird one-off, like really disconnected achievements. So her debut is on the soundtrack, not even in the movie, but in the soundtrack for a 2000 Jamie Foxx film Bait.
Cool.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of.
She's on several seasons of a TV series called, I believe it's The Real R&B Divas of Los Angeles.
Okay, so like reality TV.
So like a Real Housewives knockoff she has been a regular on. And then weirdly, and I think it's very weird, but she lists that she has been an honorary member of the Zeta Phi Beta Society as of July 27th, 2024.
Okay. That's
That is
recent.
listed on her Wikipedia page.
That's recent.
So she is doing whatever it takes to stay relevant.
Yeah, so I mean, a reasonable like a working artist, you know, like like
Yes.
successful enough that it's her career and like she has fans. And I'm not in the R&B / soul scene, you know. I don't listen to that style of music that much. So I don't know her name, but she clearly has, you know, a career in it.
Yeah, we've talked about working musicians. She's definitely one of them. She's in LA. It seems like she's trying to work any angle of the scene she can.
Yeah. So right on.
And to her credit, R&B version of this works.
Yeah, it does. It's I do like a lot of the things, the little elements here, right? Like it opens with like a little bit of horns and a little guitar lick, and that's kind of like that preps us for the song, right? Like those elements come in and out. There's a lot of these like little guitar licks that happen. You know? That's like I guess the blues part.
Of the rhythm and blues.
I just don't always expect to hear that kind of bluesy stuff in R&B. But I'm not that familiar with the genre, you know?
Yeah, it's and it's I think so many things get included. Like R&B feels like a real umbrella genre to me. Like a lot of things get slotted under it.
And I guess rock kind of has that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So like maybe it's just it's hard to understand sometimes if you're not like in the genre.
And I think this is my theory now, having talked to some metalheads last week who like semi disagreed with me labeling things certain genres. I think there's two categories of people in terms of how we use genres. And I think the metalhead category uses it like a chart, like a very strict borders around things, like very genealogical. This is X, this is X. Whereas my mindset is more like wine tasting, where you're like, oh, there's notes of punk rock in this.
Yes. Like what are the elements in this? Whereas like, no, we need to like categorize it. It's like taxonomy versus, I don't know.
Vibes?
Yeah, and I that makes sense. I mean, metal is famous for having a billion subgenres, but that exists in other genres as well, right? But like, I metal is kind of known for it. Of like, this is this doom gloom whatever thing.
Yeah, this is sludge metal. This is doom metal.
Right.
They're very different.
And like, this is really more hardcore, and it's like, okay, that's a lot of terms, you know. So yeah, it is interesting that it's like a different approach. And I think that makes sense. Whereas you're like, well, this is a thing. It exists. We just need to know that. And like, oh, it has elements of all these other things in it.
Yeah.
Versus, this needs its own word.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't have to be like, well, this is specifically this. Like, I would never go through an album and be like, well, this song is this genre. This song is actually this genre. Because that doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, genres, dude.
Yeah. Very interesting to talk about how people like categorize things and how we categorize things and why things make us feel different ways. R&B, again, not something I've dug into a lot. I've been exposed to a lot more R&B because my partner, Fatima, who's on the show, is more into R&B music. And my takeaway is that it's very smooth. There's like this real focus, probably more so with the modern stuff, because if you go back, you don't have that as much, right? If you go back to like the 60s or 70s or whatever.
Oh yeah, I always think of Van Morrison being
exactly.
like, hey, Mr. DJ!
Play that rhythm and blues music. And like, we categorize what you do as rock now.
Yeah.
But he's calling it rhythm and blues, and it's probably just because he's white, but I don't really know the lines personally.
Yeah.
But what am I saying? Right, there's like this real focus on smoothness. Everything is so smooth, and I feel like this has that to a degree, but there's a bit of a lopsidedness to it, and a lot of that is like the sounds are uneven. Like it plays an arpeggio, it's like very smooth, but then like there's these pauses. We hang.
Yeah.
You know?
And I do think that specific arpeggio, that boo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo, is an R&B staple, the same way like a metal chug is.
Yeah, I do.
Like,
I have heard that.
You will hear that one
sound
in multiple songs or very similar to it.
Especially from like this early 2000s period. I do associate it with like, I don't know. I can't think of another example, but I feel like I've heard it on like a Destiny's Child song.
Yeah, there is a song I'm thinking of where my brain is like trying to remind me, I can't put my finger on it.
I don't know. Is that how No Scrubs starts or something like that?
Boo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, there's a song that opens with it. Boo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
I'm blanking. I don't know.
Scrub is. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Good ball.
Second reference to No Scrubs in this episode. Very nice.
If you want to hear us talk about No Scrubs for probably 2 hours,
We did
folks,
it like a couple years back.
It's in the back catalog.
Yes. Speaking of watching the time. All right.
Yeah, we gotta get moving. Alex has a hot date today.
Hot date. It is Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day.
What else happens in this one? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that, like that kind of, it feels like there's like beat elements, you know? There's that guitar picking, that arpeggio, you know? The drums are a bit lopsided too. Like the cymbal will keep going, but like the drums will pause for a second. And there's like record scratching too. It's tasteful though. There's tasteful record scratching.
And dudes who say hip hop.
Oh yeah.
Which is maybe
in
terms of the lopsidedness, the element that is most out of place here.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, the record scratching is very, like, it works. It's very, like, in tune with the rest of the track somehow.
Yeah. And then, like, sometimes goes along with, like, a horn blast. So there's, like, a bit of horns in there. Yeah, that's, like, my really scattered description of this song. I don't have, like, a
like, I think, like you said, like, R&B, we've kind of noted some of the bigger elements that No Scrubs guitar, for example.
Right.
And she's a good singer. She's got a very smooth voice.
A smooth
and
voice.
There's
it's got a real like
good
breathiness
moment
to it, but like it's very nice sounding.
We have, I think, around 250. I've noted. Oh, even before that, like 244.
Okay.
245.
You get the harmonies? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, harmonies, and that note she is sustaining for about 8 seconds till 253. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, she goes really good in the ad-libbing section, which I think for these types of vocalists is that's where you really want to show off and flex.
Yeah, and then you kind of get like there's backup vocals on this, and like the backup vocalists start to like take more more of the spotlight, I guess, but they're still just in the background. So like they'll start doing those like very R&B like vocal runs. If that.
Oh yeah, you can kind of hear whoa, they're a little lower.
Yeah, but there's like a few different ones. So it does feel like by the end, there's like a bunch of people around. So
yeah. It's a rich production. It sounds really good. I think in terms of like breakup songs, like R&B has room for that in its genre.
Yeah,
and
there's a melancholy to this one. It's pretty effective.
Yeah, it sings pretty well. And there is a music video for it as well.
Yes, there is a music video, which is, I mean, it's also about a breakup. You know, it's a similar story, but it's
it about cheating?
It's about cheating, but they break up because of the cheating.
Yeah.
And she's sad about it. So like, I guess it's more about cheating. And you can kind of see like in the beginning, she's like making a bed and like looking at a photo and he's there and they're having a good time.
Yeah. Remembering this moment from the photo, which we will get a shot of, I think it's about 102.
Yeah.
And the question you have to ask yourself is, how did they take that photo?
Yeah. Who was there?
Who took the Polaroid shot?
How does that happen? Yeah, and then so later on, she's like on her own. I think they've broken up with this. Maybe not. She's just like hanging out with a friend. Yeah,
well, because another shot we get early on is him texting.
Oh, that's right.
His little phone. So we get this infidelity vibe because he's texting and she's sitting there. Yeah.
So then you kind of get like cuts to her singing on a rooftop as well. But then as it's telling the story, and she's hanging out with a friend, and they're like showing each other their records.
Yeah.
Or they're in a record store, maybe.
I don't think they. I think they're like doing like a record swap or something.
Oh,
my weird like art student interpretation here is that she is holding a smaller record, or what one might call a single.
Right. Oh.
Whereas her friend has like a full album.
She's got the LP.
So she's now single.
Okay.
Because of the infidelity. That's like real art student really reaching kind of bullshit, but
I get it.
It's also possible they thought of that and it just like doesn't translate very well in the video.
I know. I saw it and I was like, she's holding a 45? What's significant about that?
Like a gun, dude.
Like a gun. Oh, damn. There is violence later.
There is like the threat of violence. So we find our guy with this other woman. He's got her on the couch.
At first I thought it was the same person that she was with.
Oh, not her friend.
It is not her friend for sure. This is just like she's out doing a thing. And then she's back and this guy is with another woman and she's got her like wine bottle. She's walking in angry.
Yeah. And she like shakes it at him at like 226. She like points it at him like you might at somebody who has done something bad.
Yep. a scolding action. And he's like,
scolding,
"Whoa,
yes.
no, I'll put it down." And she's like, "I'm angry at you," and then she just kind of drops it.
She drops it and it shatters.
Yeah. And she's looks much sadder when she's singing as well, singing and dancing around in various scenes. There's another scene where she's in like a room full of windows.
Yeah,
with a different dress on.
Yeah, and some of her hair tied back. She has massive hair.
Yeah, she's really nice hair.
Yeah. Yeah, she looks at like a broken piece of the glass there. Yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of like fades out on that. She's just like singing at the camera a lot, being sad. Yeah. And yeah, that's this version, man.
Yeah, solid music video. I got no complaints.
No.
Do I have complaints about our next act though? Let's find out. It's 2018, the Youngblood Brass Band.
Youngblood Brass Band. So this is, we get different types of brass bands. This is an instrumental cover, first of all. And, it kind of reminds me of like Vitamin String Quartet and all that kind of stuff. Or like, a group that does instrumental covers of songs, except there's kind of like two types. There's like the Cover Factory. Yeah. And then this is more of just like, I don't know, like it's a brass band that has a revolving membership, but it feels more just like a band of people having fun.
And they do have like live performance footage on YouTube.
They do.
So that, they just play shows in town. They probably are just like on the local band circuit and like play whatever fucking venues they want to go to.
Yeah, so it feels like less of that kind of like Cover Factory thing.
Yeah, less cover and more a group of enthusiasts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that comes off here. I'll tell you, like the first verse, I was like, okay, yeah, kind of your standard instrumental cover. Like you said, Vitamin String Quartet. They're playing the stuff. And then we hit the chorus on this and things really pick up.
It really gets exciting, doesn't it? Like, it's quite an arrangement. There's a lot of like, I mean, obviously they've got, trombones, trumpets. I think they have a sousaphone, which I always thought was the same thing as a tuba, but I need to look that up.
It's different.
I think it's related.
But I mean, they're all brass to me.
They're all brass, right? And then, saxophones. So you get different instruments playing, like, coming in and playing the melody for a bit, and they're like constantly switching out. So it is pretty exciting.
Yeah, very active arrangement.
Yeah, they're constantly just weaving in and around each other.
Yeah, high energy. And I feel like we get a bit of that, and I feel like we've been talking about covers for the past 2 weeks as well. There's always one that has like a bit of Latin big band to it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we hit that chorus. Yeah, I think when we hit the chorus, especially just the way those big horns come in, it's like, oh yeah, we're getting just a little bit of that Latin energy.
That we're like, ba-da-da-da-da, because yeah, when like once you get to the, I guess I'm thinking of a different section, but yeah, some of the high parts with the really exciting like high up trumpets and probably trombones. Very exciting. But yeah, you get a bit Latin because it's like many trumpets playing together.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Very exciting. And like, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of things like by the time you get to the chorus, you get like sax playing nice runs. And like you said, there's like a sax solo later on. Though I would even say they probably could have, when the solo to me felt like, let's keep it up actually. Like we dropped down and like maybe you need a break. I get that. Sometimes it's too much to hear everything and not break. But I was also like, what are all the other horns?
Yeah, it's a real jazz sensibility on that solo.
Yeah.
Like really stepping back to give that sax the space. And I think you're right that it might have been better to have it rip, like it really go up. And
yeah, or
but
something.
we're not even halfway through the song when we hit that moment. So
yeah, so we get back into it and it's all good. And there's a lot of exciting moments. There's a fun like pause right out, like 105 is my timestamp. Or 106 where they like bump and then like everything comes back in. That's fun.
Yeah, it's such a sense of like joy and play in this.
Yeah,
everybody's like weaving
really
in and out
cover
of the different parts. Yeah, this ripped for me. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes I like to say, the instrumental versions really prove the melodies. And this one, I feel like there's so much exciting stuff going on. It doesn't even do that. Like, it doesn't need the melody to be that strong. Maybe it does, and the melody is just strong enough. But I feel like this one's like, no, we can't rely on that per se, even if it is strong enough. Let's just do a bunch of stuff and make it very exciting for all kinds of reasons.
Yeah, they're just like, we're gonna have people playing constantly. Like there's always something going on in the lower and mid range, and then whoever is playing the melody is gonna like hammer those notes. Like it's all coming at you. It's huge.
Yeah,
and yeah, the bass is grooving on this too. The bass has a really like rounded, almost blunted sound to it, like almost like you can't hear the attack on it.
Okay.
Which I think the word for that is dubby, but I like a dub sound, like in reggae, but I could be wrong, so I'm not going to stand behind that.
Right,
but I
know
it here.
Feel it a little bit.
I feel it, and I feel like that bass is actually very similar on the next track, which we can jump to if you have nothing else to say about.
Let's talk about the next track.
2023, it's Matt Maltese.
Let's talk about Matt.
Don't speak, I know just what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak, I know just what.
Matt. So
English,
this is
Canadian singer-songwriter.
Yeah, which because he is Canadian by birth but raised in the UK.
Yeah, and like his parents were Canadian.
Yes. Yeah, he's ethnically Canadian.
I guess.
I get a little confused in the like nationality as to which one should be first.
Oh, right. It says British Canadian on Wikipedia.
Yeah. But
then I don't know. I don't know.
Because I would think British Canadian to me would be like our good friend John.
Right, because he was born in England. Moved over here. And yeah, if you're saying like African American, that is African ancestry living in America, or anything American. So this would technically be Canadian British,
right?
But that sounds weird, and I don't know why.
I guess that British Canadian flows better.
Yeah. Anyway,
well,
I don't know.
There you have it. This is a Good Works tries to put themselves on the artist description here on Tidal.
Right.
So this production label Good Works is like a branch of Network Music Group, some sort of social impact endeavor. They're trying to do like a diversity cover record. And so Matt Maltese, a white man from two of the biggest white nations,
right,
gets to fill that slot, I guess, on the diversity chart.
Yeah, someone's got it.
Someone's got it. He started writing music at 14 years old. This is your like moody, like quote unquote, to bring in useless genre labels.
Please do.
Kind of indie version.
Indie rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's kind of like, moody is right. It's got this like languid sound to it. That's how I describe the drums in particular. Like they're a bit kind of behind the beat, I think you would say that is.
And a slidey guitar too, bringing some of that like laziness in there.
There's that lazy feel to it. So it is like kind of like feeling down with that like slide guitar giving it almost like a bit of a country feel. Just a little bit. Not a ton.
Yeah, it's just a touch. I wouldn't call this like country indie.
No.
But anytime you get a slide guitar, you get a bit
little
of that
country
in there.
And then, like, strumming acoustic guitar for a lot of it and just like ambient sound, right? So you get those like sounds in the back where things just like echo and like fill that space, right? Especially once you get to the chorus, there's a ton of noise. Like the synth has a ton of echo filling that sound space and like several vocal tracks. Later on there's a piano, also fairly echoey. Later on there's an electric guitar. I think it's a slide guitar actually, but it it doesn't solo, but it comes in like there's a piano solo. And the piano's just, the guitar is just kind of like around.
Also there, it's a very like subdued piano solo.
I think it's like ultimately fairly effective because you get that like I'm sad part of the song.
I would say this version is effective.
Yeah, I think so. And it like ends on I can see us dying. So it's like, okay, fair enough. Maybe obvious, but we haven't seen it yet. It's a good idea. And then, it's got like that understated, detached kind of indie rock singing. So I get it.
Yeah, and it fills the space. Like you said, there's always some ambiance going on. It's not ever like boring.
Yeah. So I think it's it's decent. It's a decent one. There's a music video,
decent
kind
version.
of. Not
Is
really.
there? Is it just a still?
It's just a still
image?
with like random facts.
I didn't.
Pasted over
I
top
didn't
of it.
pay attention that long. I just looked at. I opened it up. I was like, oh, I think it's just a still. And
Yeah, well, it's because this label GoodWorks seems to do
Mhm.
like charity stuff, right?
yeah,
So it's like facts about the song and the band, but also like indie clinics serve 3 out of 5 abortion patients in the U.S. and operate most politically hostile states. Like, so just like random facts about like just like spreading awareness about indie clinics, which I don't know much about personally, but it's like an
okay, that
American
must be
thing.
their organization or
Yeah.
one of the organizations they support.
Exactly. They're like involved in this concept of indie clinics. So
Okay.
that seems to be their thing.
Well, good for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you got like a VHS effect over this
Exactly.
cover.
Yeah, and it's very blue.
Interestingly, or not really that interesting, but this music video says this is off volume 1 of Broken Glass. The title one seems to be from volume
This is
2.
volume 2. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
I'm not
Somebody
worried about
forgot
that.
to change a graphic somewhere. Not worried about it. What I am worried about is talking about 2024's Aloe Blacc.
Don't speak, I know just what you're saying. So please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak, I know what you're thinking. But I don't need no
2024. Yeah,
Yeah, we've talked about him a few times.
we have. And I'm trying to. When did we talk about him?
Last Christmas, and also All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Right. That's why we talked about it. I only know his Christmas songs.
Mm-hmm. You don't know, the song I Need a Dollar is fairly popular.
Okay, I don't know the by name.
I need a dollar, that's what I need. Hey, hey.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard this song.
Mm-hmm. I heard it in a trailer. I can't remember what the movie was for, but just recently. When I was watching the film Send Help. See, it's all relevant.
It's all relevant. That just happened.
People were so confused as to why I was talking about that an hour and a half ago. Now you know.
Now you know.
Now you fucking know.
It all ties together.
I'm a master storyteller. The way I weave the little bit of facts and information
What this
here.
podcast is all about. Storytelling.
That's right, storytelling. Yeah, Aloe Blacc, like funk artist.
Yeah. Yeah, in the like still in I mean, there's funk there. It's like still in the like R&B scene, you know? It's like part
funk,
of that
soul, R&B,
hip hop, you know.
hip hop.
That's a pretty broad umbrella.
Yeah, exactly. This is, but we have that same broad umbrella for like rock or like pop or like
Yeah,
there's
rock, pop, metal,
indie,
but
metal.
yeah, R&B, pop, yeah. Man, genres.
Genres. See, this is what I'm saying. It's like you can't nail people down.
It's hard.
But yeah, he's a staple of my Christmas playlist. I have his Christmas album on there,
Yep.
and I know I Need a
do too.
Dollar. And he does this very like funk version. This one feels very funk to me.
Yeah.
A lot of staccato to it.
Yep, a lot of that, and then a lot of there's like the electric piano chords. It's very
Mhm.
groovy. I'm like looking at my notes. I'm like, I described no sounds. I'm just like, yep, groove. There's an EP, cool. And you kind
Yeah.
of get that like really the snare, yeah, like the really heavy snare beat, or like really that like really tight snare beat, I guess, with some like
Yeah.
tambourine sounds. Yeah, it's kind of cool because like, so there's this guitar lick that comes in like on the pre-chorus, but like the pre-chorus like becomes really really smooth, so you kind of get this like more like broken up feeling on the verse, and I think the chorus as well. Yeah, and then it's the pre-chorus where it like smooths everything out. So it's kind of a cool
Yeah.
transition because you get these like really sharp changes from this like more broken up to smoother to more broken up again.
Yeah, there's a great use of like start stop versus this smoothness. We'll get a lot of that smoothness in the bridge section as well.
Ah, yes. A
Which
lot of really
this is-
continuous horns there.
Yes. A lot of great tones on this though. There's like bits of tambourine, there's bits of like almost xylophone or something in bits in places.
Oh yeah.
And this use of like a like the sound of like a reel to reel or a cassette like rewinding.
Oh, where's that
You can
happen?
hear it right at the start of the track. And then a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
at like the
Wah,
end of the
wah.
pre-chorus. So, like,
Okay.
34 seconds.
Interesting. Yeah. So that's a cool aesthetic thing too. Yeah.
Watching his music video and
Oh,
listening
yes,
to the
the music
song,
video.
there is an element of like 90s throwback to it. 'Cause
Okay.
he also features a lot of oranges in his music video and sort
He
of like
does.
ska, I would say ska inspired color palettes, like he's in a 50s kitchen, which is like ska people love a 50s
Right.
kitchen.
50s. It made me think of just like Florida, just because I'm like,
yeah.
oh, white suit and oranges.
Yeah.
That's
And-
Florida, baby.
And there's that painting with the man's head wearing the hat and
Right.
the orange in front of it. I think he's maybe drawing a little inspiration from that as well. Because
Okay.
he puts the hat in front of his face sometimes, and one time the orange is in front of it as well.
Oh, that's right. And yeah, there's a lot of like fine art in this video, right? Like it's very very aesthetic. So there's like a lot of blue walls, and there's even like a shot of a building from outside, and it's blue, the like really light blue. And then there's a lot of picture frames, like the walls will have pictures on them. And it's all pictures of him, or like short videos of him. Like they're usually motion.
Yeah, it's like Harry Potter style. The paintings are alive.
Yeah, but then it'll cut to like this kind of abstract, blocky painting with like another painting on it, but it's like a video, like, you know, when you point a camera at a screen of
Oh yeah,
itself
we'll get
filming.
the frame and a frame and a frame
Yeah,
and a
frame
frame.
and frame and a frame, and then if it's like that for a few layers, and then eventually him in the kitchen. So like it's really cool visually. There's a lot of interesting shots.
Yeah, for being essentially just him in a kitchen for the most part.
Yeah,
He does a lot of like visualizer effects, essentially like handmade visualizer effects to make it look cool. You know, this hallway of paintings and then the frame and a frame.
but it's cool. It's a cool
Yeah.
framing. Even like I'm looking. So at one point they're all on fire. Picture frames are all on fire. My timestamp is
Yes.
139. I really like. There's a shot of him in the kitchen, and there's 3 oranges in front of him, and he's kind of leaning on his chair, and there's just like the table's kind of the same color as the background, so it just looks like his body is like sliced in half. I don't know. It looks cool.
Yeah. And those 3 oranges, there are 3 dead oranges on the cover of Tragic Kingdom.
Oh yeah, that's true. So he's definitely like referencing that same visual stuff, even like with like the greenery and the oranges and like just the color, like blue and orange color scheme, you know, or like orange and teal. I guess it's more of.
Yeah, it's very like similar to what is on the album.
Yeah.
Which has a bit of a Florida feel to it, especially oranges are a Florida.
I always think of
export, I
Florida
believe.
when I think of oranges.
Yeah,
They probably have them in California too. That's where the band's from. They're from Anaheim.
Anaheim. I've been there a few times.
Yeah. And I think
Beautiful
Tragic
Disneyland.
Kingdom might even be supposed to be a reference to Disneyland.
Like Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yep, solved it.
Incredible.
Solved that mystery, dude, all by myself.
Oh, we did it. We did it. You did it.
That's the
Congratulations.
music video, though. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little more about the song,
haven't
which I
talked about
think
it much
we kind of just
Glossed
fucking breezed
over a bit.
over. Let's talk about that bridge, which I think, similar to Cynthiana, is too upbeat.
A little too much?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm struggling similar things with similar thoughts with this version. I like the sounds on this one better.
Mm-hmm.
But I can hear that. And it's like, yeah, it's a similar thing they're doing. But I'm more into this sound than that sound.
Yeah, I will say I'm never disappointed when we have Aloe Blacc on the playlist. And I generally like his music, and I like this cover.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun.
But yeah, that bridge is a little weird for me. But
Yeah, I do think otherwise though, like he's not like shouting out in desperation or anything, but like it's neutral enough that like I believe the melancholy of it, you know?
I do the same way I believe the Leela James version.
Yeah.
It's that sort of R&B route that sells the melancholy, the heartbreak.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. It works. For the most part.
Yeah, that bridge. Listen, I'm nitpicking. I like the staccato elements. I like that smoothness on the pre-chorus. Overall, I think this one's very cool. But yeah, just that bridge, the same way that Cynthiana one doesn't quite sit with me. But yeah, always happy to have Aloe Blacc on the show.
Yeah.
Alex, our final one. You got a guess on that last name for me?
Oh my gosh, there's so many vowels. She's Danish, so I don't actually know, but I was just going to say it's either Bregneager or like Bregneager or Bregneager.
her
There's
first name is Lisa. It's
Lisa.
2025.
Yeah.
Just what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me 'cause it hurts. Don't speak.
They're Danish. They have degrees, man. They got degrees. Musicology, theater and performance art, music production.
Okay, yeah. I got that they were a 30 at the time of some. I read a promotion. It was like a interview for like women's skincare products.
Oh, okay.
That she was at the time of that interview a 36-year-old music producer, songwriter, and visual artist from the West Coast. You said they are their pronouns they them?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, you just said they. Oh,
I
yeah.
just said that.
No, yeah, no worries. I just want to make sure I'm not fucking up. If you fuck up,
Sure.
that's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
And me, her parents ran an orphanage. That was the big takeaway from that article.
Oh, okay,
for me,
that's
though.
interesting.
That's like a fake job.
Strange focus. Fake job running an orphanage.
Yeah, I've never seen an orphanage in my life.
Right,
you know?
that's like that exists in musicals, like that's and
Yeah.
like old books.
Yeah, it's like a very European, like old time Europe.
Right. I guess we do like I've never seen an orphanage because we do like foster care maybe.
Yeah.
Instead, I don't know.
guess.
I don't know. I've
Yeah, I
never
don't
seen
know
an
what our
orphanage.
institutions are, and also if you're not an orphaned child or someone looking for an orphaned child to foster,
Yeah, you wouldn't
not
be
a lot of
involved.
reason for you to know where that is.
Yeah.
This version is very art rock. I love using my useless genre titles
Sure.
today. Art rock. There's a bit of, I would say, like Bowie style inspiration in here. It's a
Sure.
very artistic performance.
Yeah, and like this is a very academic person, so it does feel like they're doing that kind of approach. I don't know about experimental, maybe. It's got this like really steady drum beat and lots of like ambient sounds around it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also like studio noise. Like it sounds like someone's moving equipment around in the background
Mm-hmm.
at times, like just like moving boxes or whatever.
Right.
You know, I
So
do
it's
like the bass.
industrial.
It's a very
Mhm.
low bass. At times it sounds synthy, but there are like string sounds to it as well. A lot of it is bass, right? It's like her singing in this like kind of like low key, like whispery, close mic voice, and then like bass. But then other stuff comes in as it go. Like the guitar comes in for the chorus, but it's just playing like short, like a couple notes.
Yeah.
You know?
It is like arguably one like uninterrupted bass groove and then her singing sometimes.
Yeah, that's like the core of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a guitar solo, which is also very simple, like similar to the rest of it. It's like these simple groups of two notes that are descending. So it'll be like da da, you know, da
Mhm.
as we go down.
Yeah,
That's it,
we get
man.
it's real light touch on everything that isn't the bass or her.
Yeah.
And even those have a light touch to an extent, but yeah, you get like a bit of a synth where it's like
Yeah, little bits in here and there. Other than the bass, most things don't like stick around, you know?
mm-hmm.
And then they just kind of like the outro choruses, they just bring it all together, right? There's lots of echo in the vocals. The solo guitar comes back, but it's just kind of playing. Not like a solo, but like it's playing. And then just like so many sounds, you know?
Mhm.
And then the guitar kind of starts to layer on itself right near the end. And then that's the end of it. So yeah, it's a lot of that like kind of weirdo sounds or just like soundscapey sounds.
Yeah, we're just kind of trying to play, like you said, almost academic or like coming from like an official art background
Right.
where you're like, oh, we're gonna try and bring out like the moodiness of this song, not necessarily using classic structures we would use for that.
Sure.
We're going to be really sparse with it. We're going to play just a bit of a sad guitar. We're going to have just a touch of the synth. We're really going to ride a bass. We're not going to sing this one so much as whisper it.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, we don't usually hear songs that are primarily led by bass. Let's try that.
Mm-hmm.
And so
And it's pretty solid. I like this one overall. I think she
Yeah.
does a couple of things. She filters her voice on the bridge so it gets like it's coming through a crackly radio or something. And then we get a really spooky, like deep bass voice for a second. It's like
that's a cool move, yeah.
yeah, it's a cool move. So it's like fun tricks. It's not at all a boring version. And the same way that like the Matt Maltese kind of trades on moodiness, she does that, but in more of like an art house way than an indie rock way.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to describe it. But I do like the moodiness of this one. I just like that they have like more bass focus. So I think I overall think it's stronger as a
And
moody
like
thing, but
a very like it's not just a simple bass line. It's sort of just like doing its own groove, kind of almost just improvising the whole way through.
it does have that feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's feel out our final verdicts today.
Let's
We
do
got
it.
3 categories: the worst version, the best version, and the version that makes it most clear you are breaking up. Which one, if this is the only way you could communicate a breakup to somebody, which one's going to get the point across?
Which one's gonna work the best? Yeah, all right.
All right. Alex, what is the worst version this week?
What is the worst version this week? I think I'm gonna give it to Cynthiana.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but I don't know. It's kind of the easy pick, certainly for me.
I think it is kind of a freebie this week.
Yeah.
Looking at them, I'm like, oh, all the versions after Cynthiana, I like more. I like
Yeah.
Cynthiana well enough,
Yeah,
but I
it's
think the
fine.
other ones land more, except maybe Youngblood Brass Band doesn't land more emotionally.
No,
correctly,
but I like it for
but
other
it's a fucking
reasons.
blast. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Cynthiana, probably the worst version.
Yeah.
But what's the best?
What is the best version? There's some good versions, and I think my favorite would change day to day kind of thing.
Mhm.
Today, I think it's Youngblood Brass Band. It's just a really exciting instrumental cover, a lot
Yeah.
of good brass. Man, they just do a lot of good fun stuff, and it's exciting. And I'm not like they go through it and they make fun sounds, and sometimes that can be boring because you're just looping and doing the same thing over and over again. But they don't, they make it exciting. They do a lot of stuff. They do different stuff constantly. It's very busy, but very exciting, and I liked it.
Yeah, it's busy, but it never feels like too much. I'm like happy that everyone's there, you know?
Yeah,
It's interesting that I think that's also my favorite because it does technically it's a emotional disconnect from the original, but I
Yeah.
think we still get a lot of that intensity of emotion if we don't get the explicit like sadness or melancholy that is present in the lyrics. So high energy, lots of fun, like you said, very busy. Sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
But Alex, you're trying to make this breakup crystal clear. You're leaving this as a cassette under their their door.
right.
What's going to be on there?
What's gonna be on there? What's the one to do? What's the one to get it across? I think I am gonna go with Cynthiana again because I'm partying for some reason.
Right, it's a dance the pain
I'm like, we
away.
gotta keep the mood up.
Yeah, you're like, listen, heavy
Yeah.
topic. Let's keep it kind of light.
Yeah, let's keep it light. Let's have fun with it. Why not, right?
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to go the complete reverse of you and go Leela James, who I think like
Yeah,
R&B,
that's probably a good move.
like we said, it has some very clear ties to like relationship music.
Yep.
And this is like real clear. It's like I might even just attach the music video. Like I might just email them the attachment and be like,
Right,
listen, it's
right.
done.
Like, look, this is kind of about cheating. I'm not admitting to that or anything.
I'm not admitting.
Not
I'm not
saying that I
saying
did
which
that.
one of us is who in this music video.
But here's something.
Here's something. Tag yourself. I'm the wine bottle.
The wine bottle, yeah. I'm the 45.
I'm the friend. And we've made it to the part of the show where we say, what the fuck do we say here? If you've got a different opinion, similar opinion, want to talk to us about a version we didn't talk about, hit us up on the app Blue Sky, at Snakey Me, at some Alex Wise Guy. Send us your comments, questions, concerns, suggestions for future episodes. Those can also be emailed to us at covermepod@gmail.com. Talk to us there. Be sure to rate and review us. We're on every single app. We're on the fucking Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast, YouTube. The other ones, Pocket Cast, Podurama, Podbean. Tell your friend, family. It's just your one friend. Tell your friends, family, neighbors, and loved ones about us. And what you can really do this week to get the word out there is if you are breaking up with a loved one and you're writing them, say, a letter, include us as the reason why.
Yeah.
You're breaking up with them. It doesn't matter, really.
Cover
if they
Me
think-
told me to do it.
Cover Me told me to break up. It's Cover Me. I listened to Cover Me, and it really helped me grow as a person. I think you should do it too. We're breaking up. Boom. We're going to have a lot of people mad at us for that one. If
Good.
you were to actually do that. But that's what we need. It's what we fucking need.
Yeah, it's true.
And that does it for today's episode of Cover Me. And as we always say on Cover Me, It can be so inviting, but sometimes altogether mighty frightening.
Mighty frightening. Oh.
Mighty frightening.